Hi, everybody. Queen Crystal King in the building. How's everybody doing? I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good. Tonight, I'm going to be talking about the day after Sunday. Anything but Monday. Y'all know how that goes. Earlier, I was on one, but I just need y'all to know I'm over it. Sometimes you just need to get things out your system. And I know for me, when I do, or when I talk about it, I feel better. So right now, I'm just concentrating on my dinner, and I'll probably do maybe one or two loads of laundry, but that's about it. Not many eventful things happen during the day, but that's pretty good for me. I don't like a whole bunch of stuff happening actually. I'm a very chilled out private person, and that's what I concentrate on. I don't like to be overly stressed or really stressed at all, but sometimes stress happens. So I got through that. I decided that I'm going to bake this pork loin, make some gravy with some mashed potatoes, of course, and I always say something green. So, something green. I'm not really feeling dessert. Sometimes I'm in the mood for sweet stuff, but sometimes I'm really not. But the great thing that happened to me today was that I got my package. I found some Victoria's Secrets on sale, which I love Victoria's Secrets and Bath and Body Works. That's my ish. So I got my package and I haven't opened them up yet because I think I forgot what I bought. Hey, Watermelon Sugar Doll Baby. Hi, Mr. William. Yeah, I think I forgot what I bought, but I do know that I love pear. So I did get some pear, and I like the scent a little sexy, and I believe that I ordered that. So maybe maybe sometime tomorrow I'll open them up and I'll be able to display them so I can show you guys what I did. How's your day, Mr. William? How's your day, Watermelon Sugar? Ugh, just making myself comfortable. Yeah, so that makes me happy. And I got me a couple of cans of cashews. I love cashews. So when I start opening up my smell goods, that's going to put me in a whole different mood. But there's something about Victoria's Secret's pear that smells so good. And when I see a little sale going on, I try my best to always get a pear. I've been sleeping off and on today. I'm not feeling good. Oh, what's the matter, doll baby? Is there anything I can do? Yeah, usually like when I don't feel good, I do sleep on and off. I don't know what that does. It rests your body, but I don't like to do a lot of moving around and stuff when I'm not feeling good. I just like to find a good spot and curl up and just be still. Is there anything I can do? I know this is going to be a short live because I went live earlier and I really don't have a lot to say. But Regina brought up something the other night, and she was talking about why there's a shortage of like the policemen, the firefighters, and things like that. And I think I'm catching a cold or something. My whole body just feels off. I'll be okay. Thank you, love. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, because a lot of people are underpaid and overworked. Um, and I also thought about something that I didn't mention that night. How many of us have gotten a call where they say, this is the police and firefighters association, and we wanted to know if you would like to make a donation to such and such and such. It seems like every time they call me, I'm not able to do that. And then they'll keep right on going. And sometimes you'll see them here where I live on the side of the road, and the firemen, they have a boot. They have a boot, and as the car go by, people put money inside the boot. And there are some policemen that are good policemen, and then there are some who abuse their power. So nobody wants to be lumped into the same category. So those are some jobs that people are probably hesitant in taking or doing. I'm doing okay. I got a doctor's appointment Wednesday, but I give it to God. Okay. Well, I pray everything works out all right for you. Most definitely. So, especially around here, they really don't get a lot of support. And it's kind of sad because when you need a cop, you want to dial 911 and you want them to come as quick as possible. If you have a fire, you want a fireman there as quick as possible. So hopefully you can save your home and your contents in your home. But like I said, there are a lot of situations where our people that we're supposed to trust, people that we're supposed to feel safe once we see them or once we call them, it's panic. So William said, watermelon sugar, hopefully you will be feeling better soon. Thank you. Um, I remember when I was younger, if you see a policeman in the area, you'll feel like, okay, I'm safe. If anything happens, the cops is right there, and you didn't feel that panic or that fear or somebody just pulling you over because where I live, they have stop and frisk. Stop and frisk means that you can look like you have something and you don't necessarily have to have it, but they have the right to come over to you, tell you to put your hands up against the wall and search you because you look suspicious. So you have a lot of situations where a person is being pulled over and they're actually I think I saw where it was a guy from the military and he had his dog in the car and the cops pulled him over and they were treating him like he just robbed a bank, and he had his hands in the air and he's telling them who he is. He's telling them he has a dog in the car, and they were telling him to get out of the car. And this man has been in the military and he was afraid to get out of his car for a regular civilian cop because he had no idea whether he was going to make it home or not. That's terrible. And when he didn't get out the car, but he had both his hands in the air, and he's still reminding them that he has a dog in the car, they sprayed mace in the car with him and the dog. So it's like, it would be good if there were training and retraining of policemen. Um, it would be good if after a certain time, maybe you can rotate to a different part of service so that people don't become desensitized, and maybe things will be a little bit better. But this past year has been horrible. This past year and last year has been horrible. So I would love to see more policemen and firefighters. I would love to feel more safe. And excuse me, guys, I apologize for that. I would love to feel more safe and to see a police car and just have a sigh of relief knowing that everything is going to be okay. But that's not how I feel, to be perfectly honest. That's just not how I feel. Yes, I was done like that, stop and frisk. That's terrible. Too bad you can't retrain some of their minds. And that's true. That's true. And you have some of them that are using their own personal issues and the badge that's on them, they're able to they're able to do things based on their own personal issues and not necessarily on the law. And people are not getting justice for it. I don't know if this situation will get better, but I'm hoping that it does. You know, I'm hoping that it does. We have we have the schools. One of my little nieces, she has COVID testing every Tuesday. And at first, for a second, I thought it was a bit obsessive. But then again, it's safe. You know, they're keeping a close eye on it. They're not just, letting things breeze by. They're taking it seriously. Not only are you having children getting sick, you're having the teachers and stuff getting sick. And a lot of them lose their lives. So if you haven't been tested, I suggest that you get tested. I'm not ready to take the vaccine at this time. At this time, I don't intend to, but I don't know what's going to happen later on down the line, because when you have a compromised immune system, um, a case of C19 could be very detrimental. So at this particular time, I'm not doing it, but I do know people who have done it and they're fine. There are members of my family who have done it and they're fine. No complications. They didn't get sick or anything. So I guess it depends on the person, their body, or, you know, maybe there's something that's already going on. And by them getting that, it pretty much set off a chain reaction to what was already there. I don't know. But I'm not going to do anything without an informed decision. So I'm still learning. We have to remember that police force came out of slavery times when whites were used to round up runaway slaves. This is true. This is true. And you still have that mentality, a type of superiority. Some people don't need to have that much authority because of who they are and where they come from, but a lot of times that's not apparent when they're applying for the job, police academy, and all that kind of stuff. You find that out as you go along, which is not good, but still, still, you know, I listened to someone who said that if you're driving in a car and you're by yourself, you see the lights where the cop is behind you and he's trying to pull you over, you can pull over to a lighted area and then stop. I believe that's what I would probably do. Um, I don't know. I just have trust issues based on the past history, based on the things that I've seen these past couple of years, and based on the lack of justice for people who were treated unjustly. I just have a lack of trust. Hi, music lover Jay. How are you? Welcome. I was raised by a white police officer, and he warned me about a certain type of police officer and taught me what to do. Yes, yes, that's very important. You know, that's very important to know what to do. It's like if it was like a dark road or something like that, and someone pulled me wanted to pull me over or something like that, I don't think I would stop. I would have to go to a lighted area or maybe like a store or something or a gas station. I would feel like I need a witness. You can also call the police and make sure it's a real officer that's pulling you over. Yeah, because I remember there was this guy who went to a surplus store, I think that's what you call it, and he would buy the uniform and everything, all the gear that a policeman would wear, and would be pulling people over in unmarked car. And he wasn't a policeman at all. Wasn't a policeman at all. And was using that in order to violate people. Hi, Gail. How are you? So, yeah, you have to make sure that they're an actual cop. And that's crazy too. I don't know. It's always great to go to a lighted area if possible. Yeah, if possible, and it's like I would hope that they don't think that you're trying to get away or run or avoid the law, or there's something in your car you don't want them to find or something. But that's what I was told, that you can pull into a lighted area. But Watermelon Sugar made up she had a good point. You could also call the police and make sure that it's the actual cop that's pulling you over. Hey, boss lady, you're doing well. That's good. That's good. But yeah, I remember that. It's the excessive force for me. It's the excessive force because if the policeman is in fear for their life constantly, and your goal is to go back home to your family, do you not think that my goal is to go back home to my family as well? I want to make it back home to my family. But if you're that damn scared, why are you in law enforcement in the first place? We're looking for you to protect us. Hey, Deanna. How you doing, love? Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate you. Yeah, so I just don't I just don't have a lot of trust when it comes to the policemen. And a lot of times people panic and it's like, stop, such and such and such. And then you take off running. And the first thing they want to do is use deadly force. Deadly force is not always necessary. Hail, hail, the gang's all here. I heard that. Where is Deanna? Yeah, Deanna Irving is in here. She's it's just and then it's like if something happens to your loved one, do you really trust how it happened? You know? I've heard of situations where it didn't happen the way they said it happened, but because we're all in blue, this is what you're going to say happened, and we're all going to stick to this story, especially if they know they've done something wrong. Oh, there she goes, all the way up top. Yeah, so there are a lack of policemen because you probably have some really good people who would like to see justice prevail, but because there are so many dirty cops, they don't want to get looped into that. They don't want to get looped into that. I noticed that a lot of businesses are making making it so you can eat outside of the establishment as well as inside. Uh, I saw something. It looked like a tent, and it was well, it was waterproof, just in case it might have rained or drizzled, and it kind of went off into the street a little bit, and they had their tables and stuff out there, and it was enclosed, and you know that's that's a way to be able to generate more revenue, but still in all, if the people inside aren't wearing their masks and everybody is just in there eating and you're just recycling each other's breath up underneath that tent, that's not very good either. Guess what, ladies watching Monday Night Football? I love football. I honestly do. I love football. But these damn Eagles, oh my gosh, they were so embarrassing. Oh, they were so embarrassing the last couple of days. Sorry, I kicked something that I did not intend to kick. That's done. Yeah, they've been so embarrassing. Lord have mercy. So forgive me if I lose my train of thought. It's all good. How you been, Deanna? How's your Monday going? If anybody has anything that they want to talk about how your Monday's going, you're more than welcome. But I was just piggybacking on that comment that Regina made about the lack of firefighters and policemen and things like that. And I was just giving my opinion as to why. Um, at one time, my son said that he wanted to go into the police academy. I'm telling you, this boy, I like the fact that he feels like he has many options as a black man. I do like that. But as a mother, I'm like, yeesh, I don't know. And I don't want to discourage him into doing something, that may benefit him and his family in the long run. It's just these laws, they've just gotten so twisted. They've just gotten so twisted. And a lot of times, justice we're just not getting justice. We're just not. And that's the part that makes me skeptical. In a small town, it's even worse. But in the city, in the inner city, whew, it's just so many things that are happening at once. It's like, do you have the full story? Are you just going to go on what you think happened? Or do you really have time for me to tell you what happened? But that stop and frisk has been pretty rough on some people, you know? Power to the people. Girl, had a worm in the apple. Okay. So I try my best to be optimistic, but again, we have to prepare our children. And even if we don't have children, we have to look out for our families that are here and our elders to make sure that they're protected. Yes, prayer is very important. Prayer is very important. It's always good to have faith, but faith without works is dead. You got to make some things happen too. It had something. It had something at William. hmm So, also with the medical field, there's a lot of money in the medical field. But if you have people that are just doing it for the money, then the patients don't get the quality of care that they deserve. And I think what really bothers me the most is the nursing homes. You have people who aren't able to care for themselves. And yes, you can take classes and become a CNA or work at a nursing home and things like that. But you have some people that are mean spirited, and I would hate to think that my loved one is being abused someplace where I thought I was putting them so they could get help. And we have that word that's being used in America a lot. Sue, 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 sue. Everybody wants to sue. So you got the prices of everything going up. And I think the way I'm doing my situation is I have home care. I have someone that I picked, someone that knows me. This person has known me for going on 28 years, and they know exactly what I like, what I don't like. They understand, when I'm not feeling well, even if I don't admit it, they know I'm not. Uh, they come in and they help with things around the house. If I need help with cooking, or sometimes it's just a struggle just to make my bed. And because it's someone I picked, we picked an agency, and the agency pays them to come and make sure that everything is okay with me. And I like that. I like it better that way. But you never know what's going to happen toward the end of your life. So everyone is not able to do that. Thank you, boss lady. You have to be dedicated and love what you do in life. That is true. That is very, very true. Because you have some people that are book smart, and yes, they can get to jobs. They can get to jobs easily. But do you have the patience and the care? If someone is unable to care for themselves and they need you to make sure that they're clean and They have food and give them their medicine. You have people who seek out these jobs and they seek out helpless people just to carry out something evil, which makes people skeptical when it comes to having someone go to the hospital or a type of nursing home care or anything like that. It makes you skeptical. It's like, I'd rather take care of my loved one myself. That way I know that they're cared for and they're not being abused. But there are people who are being abused, and that's sad. I would hate to have to answer for something like that. I really would. You have that right. I know this young lady who has been a caregiver for 20 years. Okay. Okay. See, a lot of times when you're used to taking care of yourself, or you're used to being the one that's working, you're used to being the one that's cooking, taking care of the kids and the house and everything, and you have to accept the fact that you're unable to do that anymore. That takes a lot out of a person who was otherwise very independent. So to find a healthcare worker that not only takes care of your personal needs, sometimes you just need someone to listen. Thank you, Watermelon Sugar. Sometimes you just need someone to listen. And there's a special place in hell for people who take advantage of helpless people. I'm going to tell you that much. And another thing is the child care. Oh, I've seen some scary things when it comes to people being abusive when it comes to child care. There are some people who are very good at what they do, you know, and sometimes the daycare worker or the child care worker can reach the child and has more time with the child because the parents have to work so much. And you see your child growing and blossoming and, doing different things. And, you may have someone to have to help you potty train your child. And for people who don't have the patience for that, that's horrible. Some people don't have the patience for that. I saw something where it was a daycare center that these two ladies were doing out of their house. And they had a nice amount of kids there. It was the standard amount of kids to have for the space that they had. But they gave the kids melatonin gummies. The melatonin is what adults take to help them sleep. And they were giving the kids melatonin gummies. And the kid was practically sleeping all day. So their day was full. You're getting paid for taking care of someone's child, and they're not playing with blocks. They're not watching educational shows. You're not interacting with them or anything like that. You just give them the little gummies. They're thinking that they're eating candy, and next thing you know, the kids is nodding out. But somebody turned them in, and they did get in trouble for that. And I'm like, I never would have thought of that somebody would give those kids melatonin gummies. Whew. She loves people and she has children and just goes about the job and keeps a blessed smile on her face. That's good. Question: who are harder to potty train, girls or boys? Boys. My boys weren't hard to potty train, but I think boys are. What do you think? Do you think girls are harder to potty train than boys, or vice versa? I'm going to have to stop saying I am good when I'm not. I'm dealing with some PTSD right now. Around this time of year, I afford answer the phone because I'm wondering what's going to happen next. Oh, okay. Because you've had a lot of back to back bad news and a lot of losses in your family. Yeah, I can understand that. Boss lady said girls. Gail says boys. Watermelon Sugar said, I had about the same experience with both. My son was easy. I don't remember having that much problems with my boys because I don't have any girls, but I'm an older sister. And usually, like with a bigger family, the littler kids want to do what the big kids are doing. So they kind of follow suit with what's going on. And when it comes to girls, it's like, this is such a pretty dress. Now, if you have to go to the bathroom, you make sure you tell me because you don't want to get it. You don't want to get it wet. Okay, make sure you don't get it wet. Or boys. Sometimes it's not about them doing number one. It's about them doing number two because you got to make sure that they're cleaning themselves properly. Yes, I'm sorry to hear that, Gail. And I'm hoping that you have someone in your city or your town that you can talk to ease your mind. Or maybe you could speak with a doctor or someone, or maybe you could get a support system. Sometimes they have support systems for people who go through things like this, and you guys can encourage each other. I hate that early phone call. Yes. You say girls? Yes, never good that early in the morning phone call. Hi, Deborah. How are you? How are you doing? Yeah, that's never good. Never good. Sometimes, I don't know. It's like I think about when I was littler. Like I was walking to the store and I saw these little kids. They were sitting on a step and they were playing their little games and stuff. And they were just looking so innocent. Like they didn't have a care in the world. They were just playing with each other. And I think to myself, wow, if I was that small again, significant people in my life would still be alive. All my brothers and sisters would be here. My dad, my grandma, my aunts, all the people that are not here anymore would still be here if I was that small again. But I also think if I had a do over, what part of my life now would change? Like if I did one thing different, would that mean I wouldn't have my boys? Would that mean I wouldn't have my grandkids? So it's okay to revisit how things used to be. And it's also okay to make the best that you can out of the situation that already is. My kids were the kind of kids that wanted out of diapers early. They did like being wet or dirty. So, they didn't like it. So they were on the toilet early. Okay. I know, Gail. Usually this time of year, close to holidays, I lost someone. Yeah. And the holidays make me think of getting together with family and, seeing each other, seeing people you haven't seen in a while. You know, I really hated that when you're going to a funeral or a wedding, that's when you see your people. I really don't like that. But that's been happening since the beginning of time. If I had to do over a lot of things when I was younger, I would be different, except partying. Yes, things would change for you, Chris. Yes, it would. And, I would hate to have to choose which which child wouldn't be here or would be here, or, you know, had I decided to do it this way and not that way, I may not even be here, So I have to trust that God's will is perfect. I may not always understand it, but I know that his will is perfect. If I had to do over, I would change a lot of things except for partying. Oh yeah, I read that. I'm sorry. Yeah. And actually for me, if I had to do over, I probably would have curbed some of my partying. I probably would have curbed some of it. I probably wouldn't have done as much. I look at all the bad things that happened to me when I was younger as what shaped me into the mother that I am today, and I would never change that. I got it. I deleted that one. Okay, no problem. If I could have done something different, I would be more open about my feelings. Okay, okay. I was very rebellious, and that's the main thing I think that I would have wanted to change. I just wanted to do things my way, and my way got me in trouble a lot, a lot. And Watermelon Sugar made a great point. A lot of things that happen when you were smaller, those are the things that shape you into the person that you are today. Some of them are good and some of them are bad. But for some reason, when it all comes together, it turns out for the best. I would have curbed some people. I heard that. I heard that. I know when I look back, the only thing I would change is my voice. Oh, come on. Why? I love your voice, Mr. William. Oh, he likes to get his Barry White on. Y'all don't fall for that. Don't even fall for it. Don't even fall for it. I think about some of the people that are not here now that were like born around the time I was born and would be, things happen to them very, very young. Things happen to them very, very young. And I made it through some real hellish situations that I didn't think I would get out of. A couple of things almost cost me my life. But then you hear about the smallest things and people are leaving here. And it's like, I'm here for a reason. I'm here for a reason. Your voice is what got you in trouble. It's not your voice that got you in trouble. It's what you say with your voice that got you in trouble. Uh-huh. Yeah. Let's tell it all. I know that's right. It's what he says with his voice. Mm-hmm. I'm glad that I came from a big family. I really am because I couldn't imagine being an only child. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. Don't get me wrong, but it's always been somebody there. And if it wasn't us, it was our cousins, it was our cousins' kids, the grandmom, and we were just always there was just always somebody there. It was always somebody there. And that meant a lot. I would have been more comfortable with myself and loved me more. But you know what, Gail? There's always something that we wish that we could have done differently. But what you do is you kick the devil in the head and you let him know, yeah, I could have done some things differently, but I'm still here. So I still have a chance to change. So I'm not going to beat myself up about things I can't change, but I'm going to try and build myself up for things that I can change. Because the things that you can't change, if you harp on that, it will always make you sad. It'll keep you stuck. Boss lady, that picture is everything. I love it. I know. I was telling her that today. Baby, 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 Barry. There you go. What got me in trouble was my mouth and being rebellious in me. I was very rebellious. Now I think about being rebellious a lot, but I don't really act out like I used to because I see what it got me. And I try to I try to pass that on to my children. And they may not have understood it when I was telling them when they were younger. But now that my son has children, he's starting to see little different personality traits of himself in his children. And I love giving him that look like, I'm glad I lived to see it. Don't he act just like you? Remember when I told you that you used to always do XYZ? What is he doing? I'm glad I lived to see it. My youngest grandbaby, my granddaughter, she reminds me so much of myself. She reminds me so much of myself. She loud. She loud. She has to let everybody know she's in the room, especially when she sees everybody that's in the room and it's people that she know. That's it. That's it. She's going to command the room. And I never understood that, you know, as a kid. But I do remember commanding the room. Every time I went in there, I had to make sure everybody knew I was there. If I didn't do nothing but start something, get in trouble, say something smart, whatever, you had to know I was in the building. Which now I say Queen Crystal King is in the building. That's right. Boss lady. Gail, just put on your Victoria's Secret panties and don't worry about the past. I know that's right. Thank you, watermelon sugar. I've been telling her about that, boss lady. Yeah, there's nothing you can do about what's already happened. And you can't predict the future. You just have to maintain. We just got to strap up because it's definitely going to be a ride. Definitely. That's tenfold. Yep. There you go. At Gail. That's what I was trying to do. Keep encouraging her, William. Oh, had to light my candle, my little stress reliever candle. Yeah, honey. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. That works on you harder. You're here for a reason, and it's never good to lose a loved one. I mean, in a perfect world, wouldn't we want our moms and our dads and our kids and everybody just to be here forever? That's not reality. I remember when I used to get bored, they had taught me something in grade school, and it was we used to hook rugs where we would get the kit where it was like the little squares, and then you have the little cut pieces of yarn, and you have the hook, and you would hook the rug. And once you get started hooking the rug and stuff like that, you get to concentrating on what you're doing, and you know, headache gone, you're not as anxious, and you just take your mind to a gentler place. You have that right. That's true. I don't hear people talking about hobbies like they used to. The main thing I love to do, which I'm unable to do at this moment, I wanted to braid my hair. First of all, the hair that I got, I don't like the texture of the hair. Second, when I was trying to braid my hair, my fingertips kept going numb. So I have to remember I'm taking this medicine, and I may not be able to plait my hair, but at least I was willing to try. And I gave myself that credit. So I still have it. I may decide to go to the braid shop and let somebody else do it if I still want braids, but some things you just have to accept. And if you don't accept certain things, that's what causes the mental anguish on a lot of days. We all love someone who passed, but at Gail, concentrate on the ones who's here for you now. That's excellent advice. I don't. When a loved one passes on, I'm happy for them that they are no longer struggling with the mess in the world. With that being said, it would be much harder if it was my child or husband. I understand that as well. Everyone has a different perception of transitioning or leaving this world. Everyone has a different perception. I tell you, there that's good too. Music is always great. Music is always great. Inspirational music, that's good. And you said you have nieces and nephews. Child, by the time you get them running behind them, you'll be so tired, you'll just go on in there and go to sleep. That's enough to wear you out. My hobby is fishing. Got 6 poles and haven't been fishing in years. Well, at least you still have the poles. Maybe one day you might decide you want to go fishing and you have everything you need. Music is always good for the soul. Watching movies, yeah. Watching movies. I like stand up comedy too. I love fishing, Mr. William. It's so peaceful and calming to me. I didn't know that. Believe me, I had some very hard times when it comes to death. I try not to think about it because it makes me depressed, but I don't dwell on it because I'm still here, living and breathing. Life goes on. Oh, your nieces. Your nieces and nephews are grown. Oh, okay. Okay. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's good to volunteer as well. I'm putting ice in my cup. Sorry, guys. Sometimes it's good to volunteer as well. You know, check and see if anybody needs anything from the store. If you know somebody that lives alone, make sure you protect yourself though. But if you know somebody that lives alone and you don't really see anybody going over there and checking on them, even if you don't do anything but have their phone number, just call them and talk to them. Fishing is calming, but looking at the water makes me nauseous. Girl, if you ever hear about me floating in a body of water, you better know it's a murder. Cause I don't do that. Mm-mm. You better know. I'm not. I can't swim, so just know it's foul play. I'll put it to you that way. I'll take the M word out of it. Just know it's foul play. My water is my tub. That's my water. I don't even like going over bridges. Oh yes, I gotta get my hook in something. There you go. There you go. There you go. But my true happy place is when I'm playing in my makeup. It really helps me quiet my mind and relax. You have perfected that so well. You really have. And that would be so beautiful if your daughter followed in your footsteps. I know you say that she plays in it around the house and stuff. And I know that's got to warm your heart. She's doing what mommy does. And the imitation that she's doing of mommy is not anything to be ashamed of. That's a beautiful thing. I do make it a habit to at least call my neighbor 3 times a week, too, especially on Sunday. Yeah. Oh, I do too, William. Okay. I call people and check on them. That's good, Gail. That's good. Sometimes it's just nice to feel needed. It's nice to feel needed, you know? Watermelon sugar, your makeup is beautiful and you are great. She is. She's good at what she does, most definitely. Most definitely. But I used to love to do hair. I used to love to braid hair. And one day my cousin showed me how to cornrow with the braid hair. And ever since then, I've been on a roll. So instead of beating myself up about what I couldn't do for my hair, I may decide to keep the hair and wait, or maybe I'll see somebody or one of my goddaughter or somebody who wants to get their hair braided, and I'll let them know that I have some hair here for them. I give more of my stuff away than I keep. I really do. I got her a vanity for Christmas and she sets it up right next to my makeup desk. Oh, she loves doing her makeup with me, and it really does warm my heart. I know it does. I know it does. Gail, you have a sensual side that is beautiful, and I love you for that. See? Some good things, Gail. Some really good things are coming out of here. It's not always about the arguing and the fighting and the dragging and the mess and the drama. I mean, come on. Half of us is over 40 anyway. At some point in time, this stuff has got to get old. For me, I have to find a peaceful place. And what I like is candles. I like candles. I like smell good. I like all that kind of stuff. And like I say, I give away more than I keep anyhow. But I still like it. I'm trying to figure out what I'm good at doing. Well, you're expressing yourself pretty good tonight, so there's painting, there's cooking. And like I said, um they have like little there's a place that's where little children are going through things like they're sick, and they have volunteers that come in and spend time with them and read them books and stuff like that. And just things that make you grateful for whatever your situation is. It just makes you grateful that you decided to put whatever is going on with you to the side to make someone else feel better. It takes too much energy that I don't have to stay in drama. I know that's right. Now that I got some things off my mind, I feel good for now. Mm-hmm. I agree. Painting is also very calming to me. Mm-hmm. I noticed that A View is a View was doing the coloring, and some of those coloring books that she has, and her finished products are beautiful. It really does take time and patience to do those things, but it's calming. It centers you. And I think it's real important to center yourself. If you're all over the place, you can't really find what calms you. Okay, honey, I'm not kissing and telling. You know what? I don't believe you. I don't believe you because you say it too much. You say it too much. I don't believe you. I believe you're just the person that will kiss and tell. I really do. You say it too much. Gail, you're good at being honest and loving. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. But I find that even though I come from a big family, I spend a lot of time by myself. And I like that too. I like that too. I get my headphones and turn on classical music and zone out while I'm painting. Hmm. Okay. That's interesting. Me, myself, I like to get into well, y'all already know about my Frankie. And there are just some songs that motivate me. They motivate me to want to elevate or do something different. And physically, I'm not always able to do a lot. So that gives me a lot of time to think about things. Sometimes I have to get out of my head because if there's no adult supervision, God only knows. So, but then there are some times where you stop and you think and you really can focus. Nope. I learned that kissing and telling you may not be able to go back, especially if it's good. Okay, whatever you say. Whatever you say. Well, I have been on here for an hour, and I'm glad that we had a chance to talk. Katie? Hey, how you doing? It's all about you and your little glamour girl on Instagram. Y'all take me out. I mean, that girl got so many outfits and she has so many different poses. That is a little mini you. Learned that in my younger years. Okay, Mr. William. All right, we'll go with that. But yeah, that's cute, Katie. You finally got your girl. You finally get to, buy her little cute things and do her hair. And, you guys just look so happy. And she just looks so happy when she's on those little Instagram posts. That is so cute. Yep. Whew. I am trying my best. I'm trying my best. I got to stay plugged in with you guys because it's real easy to get lost in what you don't have. But I find that the Lord blesses me more when I let him know that I'm appreciative of what I do have, and I'm appreciative for the people who are still here. Not only can they be there for me, I can be there for them as well. Glad to glad to be here from you and to talk to all my beautiful queens. Why, thank you, Mr. William. I have this pork loin in the oven, and I may do 1 or 2 loads of laundry, but after 12 o'clock, I'm chilling. Thank you, Auntie Crystal and chat for your words of encouragement. Oh, you're more than welcome. I mean, if I can't help you, I'm not going to hurt you. Definitely. So I may try to slip in a Dear Crystal during the week because I didn't get one in. Um, yes, Katie. Katie is someone that I met years ago. Good people. She good people. I thank you all for all the likes. I thank you for stopping by. I thank you for feeling comfortable enough in my chat to comment and let me know how you feel. This is just one of those no judgment zones. We just talk and try to encourage each other, and hopefully we'll see each other again in another chat. Well, going to say love, peace, and aces. I see. Love, peace, and aces. Okay. Everybody, hopefully I'll see you guys again. Night watermelon sugar. Hugs and kisses to you all. Thank you, Gail. Boss Lady, Katie, Watermelon Sugar, Mr. William, Deborah, Deanna, everyone who stopped by. I truly, truly appreciate you, okay? I'm going to go in here and finish this stuff. Thanks again to all my mods. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Gail, Mr. Williams giving you kissy, kissy, kissies.